We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.
What's going on, people out there in Radio Land? It's the one and only DJ Malone, Chicago, 77.3, the best place to be at on any day, really. How you guys doing? I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and I hope you are too. It's a little bit rainy outside right now, but it's all good, man. It's all good. All for the liking, man. I got a special artist coming your way, man. Hot-ass artist. I really want you guys to really get in tune with him. Go introduce yourself real quick.
Yo, my name is NAYIZM. You know what I'm saying, from Virginia, but I'm residents in Florida. So, you know what I'm saying, I've been making music, enjoying hip hop, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, from the beginning. So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all the new, old, and everything. So I just trying to, you know what I'm saying, put my blessing on it, tell my story, and introduce myself, because a lot of people don't know me. So I want them to get to know me, to see my journey. I'm a ex-vet, I disabled, got a couple of nicks and scrapers. But, as for when I put my pen to the paper, I believe I can give people what they want because I feel the pain and the anguish. I feel the happiness. I feel all of that, that we all go through. And I just want to give my interpretation of it, showing where I'm coming from.
I like that, man. I love that intro. I love that, man. Let's go to a time machine real quick, man. And I know, this is kind of always a question that people say, oh, well, yeah, when did you start doing it and everything? But I wanted to start out with, where did you feel that your inkling of music, of maybe your love or your passion started? Where do you think that started at?
Oh man, my passion started when I was very, very young, before school. It started way back then. My mom couldn't get me to stop, dancing to Michael Jackson or singing to any of the Motown or anything. And then she threw me in the choir to try to, keep me, with the music and stuff. So it's always been in me. It's always been a form to help me get through my situations because music is, life, and life is music. It's just songs can bring you to remember a good moment, or it can spark up a memory from a tragedy or a pain. It can give you a message. It ain't even got to come with a lyric. Sometimes it can just be a sound, and it's just, man, the birds, the rain. Like you said, it was raining up here. Anything is music. Anything is the tempo. It's just how you grasp it. But I feel that it was in me all the time.
That's real. I think kudos to you for just having the gravity that you have, man. And you said you were in choir, so baritone, bass, what were we?
Well, I started out as a tenor.
Okay.
I wasn't deep until I went to the military, and I was A-Rock, so they kind of made me growl it out, so it made my voice a little deeper. I was always imitating Michael Jackson, so you already know my voice was kind of high.
Yeah.
They used to confuse me with my sister. When I answered the phone, they would think I was my sister until, after 18. So it was like,
hey, I was originally I was a baritone originally. And then I became a bass, I think about 15 or 16. Now maybe I can hold like a little note if I tried. I don't smoke too much. I don't did too much, and it's just not working now. But I do understand about it. Do you think that musical background or that structure helped you with making your music?
Yeah, it gave me a history. It gave me, a story. I'm not coming in there saying, oh, this is old, or coming in and new. I'm coming in, everything that I've gathered is like it's present to me. It is relevant to me. So I don't have an old, new, past, present. It's just all music to me.
That's real. I love that for you, man. I love that. So let's go just a couple years ahead. So now you're starting to make music. Talk to me about the idea of maybe I could do this for real. When did that come into play?
Well, I got with, a Navy buddy of mine, and he got me in the studio and we was just there, jamming out, just doing something. Then the idea, I listened to what we created and I was like, yo, I'm listening to this, against other genres and other people's stuff. And I'm like,
Real.
yo, it can measure up in its own little lane,
Yeah.
little traction.
It's
So
real.
I was like, why not push it out there? I mean, I'm using it for my therapy. So look, therapy is life. Life
It's real.
is music.
Hey, I like that, and I like how it could. Without music, man, life would be pretty dull. I ain't gonna lie. I always tell people this whenever I was in college. Shout out to Columbia College. It's very hard to make a movie without music.
Yes.
So, without music, there's no soundtrack to on how you feel. It's just it's like taking the emotions and just having blank face. So it's almost that, say like you're sad, but you can't show that you're sad. That's almost the same thing having music without life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I feel exactly the same way. It's like you have your own soundtrack if you believe it or not, even when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, I'm gonna put on the radio station this. Well, that's your soundtrack. That's the energy that you're using to get up and motivate and do whatever. So that starts your soundtrack. On Sundays, you go to church. That
that's real.
starts your soundtrack. You have a soundtrack to life. People don't know it. And that's why sometimes they gravitate to the wrong stuff.
Real.
You got to make your own soundtrack. What do you feel that day? That's what you're gonna listen to. You said a lot of people listen to some sad R&B or something.
Real.
Just
Real.
it's just a soundtrack.
That's real, man. That's real. So now we're in full swing right now. With you're doing your damn thing and everything. I know you got the records and everything. And we're gonna play the records as well. Talk to me about. I'm gonna go and pull them up. But talk to me about the process of. I know that you. I think you took a break for a second. Talk to me about why that break happened and what was the mental space in that, and then how did you come out to moving forward and saying, "Hey, I really want to do this."
The break came about, a lot of tragedies happened, a lot of situations where I had to make, tough choices.
Mm,
Um, like, military, car accident, relationships. So I stepped back from it because I wanted to focus on being a father and being there for my kids
mm,
and just trying to maintain life along with trying to get my health back together. And
right.
I couldn't maintain a whole lot of both or,
That's
or,
real.
or everything at the same time. Um, that that accident, kind of took my life that I knew it away.
Mm,
I had to go and relearn how to be without the stuff that I was used to having. Like my memory, it's a little iffy now. But at
right.
first, I had a memory just like I could pick up anything real easy. My mobility, that was another thing. I had to learn how to get back and be able to run, play, skip,
Yeah.
all of that. So that was a setback. So I had to really get get into putting my foot down and saying I wanted to learn. A lot of
Yeah.
the time, I mean, for a couple of years, I was like, man, this ain't me. I don't know who this is. I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with this. I went through a whole lot of emotions, but once I accepted that this is me now, not me then,
Yeah.
everything started falling back in place, and I started seeing what I could do instead of what I couldn't anymore.
I like that. I like how you took the positive spin to it, man. I think a lot of times when people face diversity or they're going through something, and especially when it's like it's almost like not like life altering. It's very like I don't know what to do in this space. I don't even like this space. Nobody likes it. But in reality, sometimes you have to go through it in order to see the brighter day of it. and I'm happy to see that's what you done yourself, man. So kudos to you for that.
I appreciate it, man. It was a long journey. I'm still going through it. I'm still learning, but now I got my learning hat back on, and I look at every day as something new to learn instead of looking at what I could do. I'm looking at what I need to do to improve me right now, and that's it.
I
And
like
just
that.
keep moving forward.
How you doing mentally?
Mentally, I'm in a good headspace. Mentally, like I said, I've come to the acceptance stage. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
know what was, why I was, what is, and what needs to be. And the main thing that needs to be is I can't give up. I got to
that's right.
continue to learn. I got to be able to figure out how to maneuver with, you know what I'm saying, these situations that I was used to, you know what I'm saying, just having automatically,
Right,
like
right.
memory and being able to speak well and all of that. I gotta really practice more. I gotta really take it to heart, you know what I'm saying, to be diligent about what and not give excuses to myself because consistency is always going to be the blessing of progress. If you're inconsistent, you're not going to get where you need to be.
That's
So,
real, man. I'm gonna give you something that I don't really share with a lot of people, but I feel it in your spirit and everything. Um, I went through a couple years ago. This is years ago when I was a teenager. I went through something, and I ain't gonna say it too crazy, but I went through something that disfigured me. And and I can relate whenever you have a certain thing, because you look like this or you feel like this or this was it at one point in time. Now physically, emotionally, and everything in everything, it's not the same anymore. So the the feeling of that, I felt like a monster, because now it's just like I feel like I'm not who I am. But as time went on, I understood. But there's a purpose. There's somewhere in this. There's a purpose for me that I can still walk. At a point, I had those the retainer things that you had to have around your mouth and everything, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak. I couldn't do anything because of my mouth and my jaw and everything. And after a while, I started getting up, and this is when this happened when I was a teenager. So at that time, everything's impressible when you're a teenager. It's like every little thing is like, oh well, this person's looking at me, that person's looking at me. But I think sometimes I was I had to go through that to be the stronger person that I am. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I love like I said, I love the fact that you said, hey yo man, nah, I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna put out what my body of work and what my legacy is meant for me. I'm gonna roll in my purpose.
Yeah, I'm trying to run with my purpose, tell my story, but inspire people never to give up. You know what I'm saying? You might say, "Oh, I ain't do this younger," but if you still got air in your body, life, and wake up. Why not do it? It doesn't. It shouldn't be, what I'm saying, an age limit on a lot of things because a lot of people don't get their big break until later on in life
That's
anyway.
real. That's real.
So at the same time, I was like. I was always telling myself I'm too old, I'm too old. But a good thing I had a lot of good people around me. It was like, nah, it ain't about your age. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
If you good at something or you have a gift, share it.
That's
And
real.
that's what I was like. All right, I'm gonna share my story. I'm gonna share what my perception of the hip hop was because my music is hip hop. It might not be the hip hop of this genre or
Yeah.
that genre,
That's
but
real.
hip hop is you telling your story in your eyes and sharing your pain.
That's real.
That's
That's real.
hip hop. Even though if people don't know, you can just be driving down the road and you could live hip hop.
That's real.
You
That's real.
just it's just hip hop is life. Hip hop is not, what I'm saying, a certain age group or genre or anything.
That's
Hip
right.
hop is a way to express yourself. It is from the backspins to the techno music or house music, or you can put it in reggaeton. Hip hop is hip hop.
I
It's
like that.
just you can't put a stipulation on hip hop.
That's real.
You
That's real,
you
man.
got you got to let it be what it is,
I like that.
and that's
I,
all I can tell.
I like this, man. I do. I really like this, man. So and with that being said, you love storytellers. I can tell that you're really big on the Scarfaces, the LLs, people who can tell a story from their lyrics and everything. And I'm not saying like, oh, these kids don't tell a story, but
No,
I do think that there was a foundation back then that is not really brought upon today.
yeah, well, yeah, today like I said, different aspects have been missed or overlooked, but that's that I'm a, what I'm saying, a 70 baby, so
Yeah,
like I said, I'm not the one to point the blame,
yeah, yeah. That's real.
it could have been our fault that we tried to hide so much or details from the next generation that it kind of got lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
Or, like I said, they could have went to a door and folks like us slammed it in their face.
you're right.
And hey, look, we don't know why it happened. We just know it happened.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
mean we can't restart. We can start over. Like I had to start over with learning how to do things. We can take this thing. Hey, put it. You know how we holler, DJ,
yeah,
bring that back.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's all
yeah.
we got to do.
Got to
Just
just
keep
celebrate
jamming.
it, man. We got to celebrate. Everybody's so big on, oh well, this ain't this or this ain't that. Let's celebrate that we're all in this together, man. And
Yeah,
so I
like I
love
said,
that.
know your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like if something ain't for your taste, don't drink it. Why you
Yeah, yeah,
criticizing it? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta sit there and listen to it.
that's
Why
right.
are you speaking on somebody else's art and how they get out their pain? Now, at the same time, I don't let my kids listen to a whole lot of different stuff. Now,
Mm,
that's mainly because I want I want to make sure that they're not just getting one set mindset or content.
you got that.
But that's where we came from. We had more than one mindset of content. See,
Yeah,
we went from KRS One, Public Enemy, all the way over to NWA, Blue. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
All different content, but all of it was getting, you know what I'm saying? We got the nourishments for everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see more as one structure or one content, basically,
Mm.
and that's what is hurting a lot of the because it is not it's only giving you one side.
And
You
not to cut you off, not to cut you off. Let me give you in political terms as well. So let's take Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. I feel like both have the same goal, just different ways of how they approached it.
yeah,
So when we have different contexts, you have Nas, then we have Jay-Z. They're both saying they're both aiming at the same goal, but they're saying that they're approaching it in a different way.
in a different way.
Exactly. So I can respect that because now everything when I hear on the radio is either you're doing drugs, you're killing, you're popping P over here, and that's really it. That's really all. There's no
Yeah,
growth. There's no
it's a little of the same thing on mainstream approach. And like Kendrick, I enjoyed when Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, did his thing. I wasn't too much into the Fuse stuff, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah,
because that is what it is. I don't think they rap the same to actually be going against each other because they got different lanes in my eyes. That's
that's
just
right.
my opinion. But Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? I felt that he was touching on some real points that you would hear like back in the days on self-destruction and
Mm,
all of this. We don't have no self-destruction in for the past few years of all of them getting together and be like, "Yo, we're gonna stand for this."
that's right. That's right.
It,
That's
it,
right.
it, it it's kind of like it's a free for all. Like when we were coming up, you would see everybody pull together
That's right.
for something major.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that old saying, if you don't stand for nothing, you
You
fall
don't
for
stand for
anything.
yeah, yeah. You won't stand for anything,
So
man.
like I said, it's a real thin line. But I think if people allow themselves to open up to all the aspects instead of feeding off of one, they'll get the best picture of life.
I
You
love
know what I'm
that.
saying? The whole picture of
That's
life.
right. I like that, man. I really do. Let's go ahead and dive into your first single, man. The one that I got right here is "This Is How We Get Down." Let's talk about this.
Oh, all right. Well, this was brought back to me, you know what I'm saying, from one of my friends, yo. And I went and I was like, yo, shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Mm,
And then I put my whole heart into really getting them lyrics down because
that's
like
right.
it had been a while since I had got something to stick. So when I did this, I was like, yeah, I want to show my ability, you know what I'm saying, to use words and you know what I'm saying, that I'm not just putting stuff down, but I'm
That's right.
actually a lyricist or artist. I don't claim to be the best, but hey, I know enough about these skills that I can do this and stand, you know what I'm saying, where I need to be.
That's right. I
So
like that.
this is how I get down. It wasn't trying to show that I was flashy or anything. It was just saying I was a normal person. This is what I do. I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm gonna be going for what I know,
That's
and
right.
that's how I get down.
That's real, man. Well, you want to go ahead and play the record?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
it.
would like for y'all to hear. This is my release, my single. This is how I get down from NAYIZM.
Let's
Respect.
go. Let's go, man. NAYIZM right here on Chicago 77.3. This is how I get down. Make sure you guys get in tune with everything. Let's go.
Who was Kaiser Soze? Nobody ever believed he was real. Nobody ever knew him or saw anybody that ever worked directly for him. But to hear Kobayashi tell it, anybody could have worked for Soze. You never knew. That was his power.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You already know. Let's inspect the game and extract all the lame, especially those that chose money before the fame. But I remain to safeguard the holy art. My intellect is off the chart. I've been right there from the start. Ism don't come in when you sparking in the dark. Words are razor sharp enough to rip you apart. Like Wolverine, one of the best you ever seen. You fit inside my stomach with the eggs and grits between. Because I bring the classical flavors to your chest. Lifestyle been a mess, more stripes than the Met. But I'm a vet, chill, it's time to collect. These youngins provoking me, let's yoke them by the neck. Got love for the fam, I don't need your respect. But when you're talking skill, I'm the one you select. So if you're talking skill, make sure you come correct. NAYIZM is in the building, what else do you expect? This is how I get down.
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 Watch me when I get down.
Like that. This is how I get down.
This is how I get down.
This is how I get down.
Watch me when I get down.
This is how I get down.
This is how I get down.
Like that. I get down to the depths like a deep sea dive, and there's only few that can see me live. From the abyss, I appear like the sun in the east. I got the people yelling preach from the words that I speak. To reach where I'm from, you gotta manifest the real. Cultivate your skill, take a couple years and heal. Appeal to the most, I comprehend your chakra. Live life accordingly for those that coming after. Close chapter, never echo the devil's laughter. Let go of snake acquaintance, designed for disaster. Been your master, 360 degrees a lesson. Mind, body, and spirit, living life is a blessing. Confession, probably been where you been, even did what you did. I was a knucklehead as a little kid. But check it and watch your boy bounce back as I destroy the wax, stay counting the stack.
Yeah, so this is how I get down.
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 Like that. This is how I get down.
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 And this is how I get down.
This is how I get down.
Like
that.
This is how I get down. This is how I get down.
Yeah. Get down.
NAYIZM right here, man. This is how I get down. You dig what I'm saying? Chicago 77.3. Make sure you guys lock it in, man.
Get down.
Hip hop is back, like I told you guys before, like we never left. Yeah. I like that, y'all. I like that, man. I like that. And you gotta love when you bring the DJ in there, man. You gotta love it when I hear the scratches in there. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. You on mute, my guy.
I have a remix to that on the album. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So it come with a little another beat. But you know, on the mixtape, I just left that one on the mixtape and took this one for the single.
I like that. I like that, man. You mentioned the album. How many tracks on the album?
On the mixtape is 15.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. And that's I noticed that we had like a little interlude of an intro. Can we expect more of that?
I give it to on certain songs, you know, on
Okay.
certain songs that I pull from like movies. Like that movie I pulled from was uh with the Usual Suspect. That's
Okay.
when, you know, when he went in there, he was limping or whatever,
Yeah.
and then he comes out and then he takes his clothes off, throws the cane down, and start walking straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I feel. It's like I shed, you know what I'm saying, that part of me, and now I'm renewed to this me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like that.
I was like, I looked at that movie. I was like, man, that's how I feel. I was like, from where I started from to where I'm at now, it's like, I'm almost two different people. I've overcome that part,
That's
and
right.
now I'm walking out
I
like, you
like that.
know, when he's like, you never knew, you never knew. Nah, I've been doing this for a while, but
Yeah.
nobody never knew, you know. So
I
I was
respect
like,
that, man. I like that. I want to get into the second single before we get everything going. But welcome to Orlando. Let's talk about that.
well, this is where I live at right now, Kissimmee, right outside of Orlando. My wife, you know, inspired this one. She was like, um, why don't you do something about, you know, the life down here? We love it. We don't want to go nowhere. We feel like we live in a vacation every day. I was like, well, I told her it was iffy, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because I was like, all right, what can I say, you know, about, you know, this place? And then once I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I do love where I live at right now.
Mm,
So why not big it up, you know, big up
yeah.
these spots, you know, and pay homage to, you know, where I'm at right now. So that's how that came about. And I put everything I could into it. And even really when I first done it, I did it in a local studio down here. So, you know what I'm saying? I work with local studios now and everything, trying to build up, you know, working more with local artists.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to represent where I live at now. So this
Okay.
is welcome to Orlando. This
Hey,
is where I'm at. This is what it is, what I see from here. And I enjoy it. I love it.
hey, I like that, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. You want to introduce this one?
All right, this is Welcome to Orlando by NAYIZM.
Let's
Check
go
it
right here.
out.
Chicago 77.3. Let's go.
Hello, this is Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. If you're a resident, welcome home. If you're one of our nearly 70 million visitors, welcome to the City Beautiful.
Yeah. Gotta flow with ease with no need for speed. Wanna pay my respect to the gods, true indeed. My style's unorthodox, a mutant breed. Pay attention to what I mention, just let it breathe. I bend a beat over like a corner. I dress in all black like a mourner. Florida is hotter than a sauna. Wet clothes be dripping all on ya. Fine women about their dough. Riding high, we sitting low. Brothers to get it from the get-go. If you're not going 20 over the limit, you're driving too slow. As I inject, all hands on deck, ready to get wrecked. So give me my props and my respect. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Orlando, the Keys, and the MIA. We all have a good time living life sublime. A major port, import, or export. Coastline with beaches, animals, all sorts. But don't be scared. It's for those enjoy life and live with no fear. Come elaborate on a situation while on vacation, contemplating world domination. My city is more than Mickey and Minnie, with the vibe that's mad friendly, like Jumanji, Jurassic Park. Plenty to do after dark, quesadilla and oxtails. and fresh seafood. Music, culture, romantic moves. Orlando, the keys, and the MIA. Give me one for the drummer. Florida high in the summer. Place you can't imagine to put you in a blunder. Can you see me or not? Stevie Wonder. I'm never masked up in the game. I want you to see my face and remember my name. I'm doing different, not the same old same. Living life untamed, classic like wood grain. I was born to be fly. I'm just the type of guy. You ask me questions, what, when, where, or why. Talking to get you gone and you're saying bye-bye. See a real man, you look him in the eye. Glamorous life, American pie. As I hit the stage, the crowd go in a rage. Grab the mic and swing it like the ebony blade. Running a beat over like a bulldozer. Hitting like a sonic boom or a supernova. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. Orlando, the Keys, and the MIA. We all have a good time living life sublime. A major port, import, or export. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. Orlando, the Keys, and the MIA. We all have a good time living life sublime. A major port, import, or export. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. Living life sublime. Living life sublime.
Chicago 77.3, man. Make sure you guys get in tune with everything, man. Make sure you guys get in tune with everything, man. Chicago 77.3 is the one and only DJ Malone, man. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I like that. I like the keys in that, man.
Yeah. When I was messing with that beat, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, I wanted something tropical, you know what I'm saying, something familiar, you know. So I went and grabbed some of that stuff out of there and brought it in. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to enjoy and do music that, you know, is more happy, or most of it is more upbeat, or, you know, trying to let people know that, you know, I can relate to something. That's all it is. That's what it's about. I can't wait to go back to Chicago, because I was there like 2 years ago. Went with my wife around this time. She worked up there, so I got love for that, and I did, you know, I did my boot camp in Great Lakes, so you already know. I know. I already know.
That's what's up, man.
I know a little bit about it.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I know, of course, I know we're in the summer. What we got cooking up, man? Any plans? Anything going on?
Right now I'm just going and supporting my friends, and you know, they got some things going on, and I'm heading to Atlanta on the 18th. They got, you know what I'm saying, a little something going down there for Juneteenth, and my peoples have a show on the 18th. So yeah, I'm gonna be down there supporting them and just vibing, and probably stop by the studio and do something else down there while I'm there.
All right, well, I like that, man. You know, I really, like I said, I really love your story, my guy, and I really like the fact that you kept on pushing, you kept on striving and everything. Where can the people find you at, man? On Instagram, everything?
You can find me on Instagram. It is N.A. N.A.Y 5895. And on my Facebook is NAYIZM at WADETURNER 24. I'm on TikTok, NAYIZM, and you can catch me on all platforms: YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm on all streaming platforms as well.
I like that, man. Where did the name come from?
Well, my mom gave me the Nay part, you know what I'm saying, and I kept on asking her why. You know, she's like, well, it's biblical. I was like, Wade is biblical too, and Wade is my real, you know what I'm saying, first name.
Right.
But she was like, Nay is because, you know, in the Bible I would always see Nay. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's true. Then I was like, I was thinking when I got to the military, I was like, man, I kind of rock like it's my religion. So I was like, Ism. I've been Ism since to my Navy friends since I was 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just put it together, NAYIZM, and then I branched off to the NAY, nobody above you,
I like that.
and rock on.
I like that, man. I really, that's a beautiful story, bro. And it's you. You know, I like when people have names that make them who they are. You get what I'm saying? So I can respect
Yeah,
that,
and
man. I can
nobody
respect that.
called me by Wade until I got almost an adult or pretty much in the military and stuff. I
Yeah,
always went by my nickname. I really didn't even like using my regular name
that's right.
because I was so used to my my nickname given by my mom.
Yeah. Do you think? And this is crazy to say. This is real crazy to say. Do you think when you got a little bit older and had more of an understanding, do you have a more found appreciation of your real name, and kind of fit into your real name? I guess in a sense.
My real name is given to me by my dad, so I
Okay,
always said, yeah, that was always an honor to it. It was just that I didn't want to be compared to.
I get that.
You
Yeah,
know
that's
how
real.
if
That's real.
your dad got
Yeah,
a name, you got a name.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so it was like, all right, let me. I wanted to set my own path without
I
being
like that.
referred as Lil Wade.
I get that. I get
Just
that. I can get that
so
now. Yeah, because
so
you
as
don't
a
ever want to
kid.
live. You don't ever want to live in somebody's saddle, and you're
Yeah,
trying
I
to
mean,
build
I
yours.
appreciate it. I respect everything he did, what I'm saying, what he was about. But, at the same time, he even, told me to find my own path.
I like that.
He was like, don't follow you see what I done did. Don't imitate what I did. You got to figure it out. You got to, follow your path. And
That's right.
before he passed, he told me, son, I asked him, I said, Dad, is there anything I need to do or anything that you see that I need to improve? He said, son, keep doing what you're doing.
Mm, I
So
respect that, man.
I'm gonna continue to do that.
That's what's up, man. I love that. I love that, man. The tracks, everything's out right now.
Yes, everything's out. All of these are already out, already on streaming. Everything is going. So I hope everybody enjoy it. Go listen to it. And I dropped a couple of other singles.
Okay.
So, what I'm saying, check them out. But I'll let you know when they hit.
Hey, man, and don't be a stranger, man. If you ever want to come through, man, just slide on us, and we'll get everything going.
I appreciate you, man. I won't be a stranger, and I will check the show out. And you keep doing what you doing, brother.
Yeah.
Because hey, without the DJ, there ain't no real MC.
Man, I appreciate that, man. And salute to you being in the military, man. It's I always tip my hat to people who were in the armed forces, military, anything like that, because you guys deserve that, man. You do.
Well, it gave me a understanding of a lot more visual. Like I said, I have a lot of open mind. I don't see things from one side anymore. I trust me and believe that. And so yeah, I all due respect. I mean, would I do it again? Yeah, I would do it again because I
That's right.
joined it for a good reason in the first place. I
That's
didn't join it to be selfish. I didn't join it to make money. I joined it to see life and what I'm saying, to help somebody.
right.
So
That's real, man. I really respect that. Shout out to T Quest. Shout out to her, man, and appreciate all the love and support. We do appreciate everybody for listening. Run the analytics up, please, and thank you. And it just goes like that. Chicago 77.3 is the one and only DJ Malone. Hey, I appreciate this, man. I
I
really do.
appreciate it. Shout out to T Quest.
Yeah. Man, Chicago 77.3. We out. Wow.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.